PHP is regarded as a scripting language, and a script is a set of programming instructions that is usually interpreted at runtime. These scripts are usually embedded into other software environments, and their purpose is usually to enhance the performance or to perform routine tasks for an application. These requests usually start off from a front-facing web page, and the client will then send a request to the server which contains these files with PHP scripts. These scripts then make a decision based on the request and then serves up an HTML output which is returned to the user. So what exactly is PHP? So PHP started out as a small open source project, and it evolved as more and more people found out just how useful it was. Rasmus Lerdorf was the person who unleashed the first version of PHP way back in 1994. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor and is a widely used open source general purpose scripting language, and it is especially suited for web development because it is so easily embedded into HTML. The PHP syntax draws from C, Java, and Perl, and it is very easy to learn. The main goal of the PHP language is to allow developers to write dynamically generated web pages quickly, but you can do a lot more with PHP, such as manage dynamic content, manage databases, session tracking. You can build entire e-commerce sites with PHP, and it also supports a large number of major protocols. For this course, we'll be using the popular Xampp PHP development environment. So Xampp is one of the most popular PHP development environments that we have, and it is completely free and it is very simple to install. It comes along with the Apache distribution, which contains MariaDB or MySQL, PHP, and also Perl. Xampp is open source, and as I said before, has been set up to be incredibly easy to install and use. It's been around for roughly more than 10 years, and there is a huge community behind it. We'll take a look at the php.initialization file. And what this is, it is a special file for PHP where you can declare changes to your PHP settings. The server is already configured with these standard settings for PHP, and your site will use these by default. So unless you need to change one or more settings, there's really no need to create or modify a php.ini file. Now, we're going to take a quick look at the anatomy of a PHP program. As you can see here from this diagram, you have an opening PHP tag, and then you have the echo statement, which outputs one or more strings. Then you have your string following the echo statement. You can see here it's wrapped in double quotations, and then we end our statement with a semicolon. And at the end of our PHP script, we put an ending or closing PHP tag. Now let's take a look at how to get this Xampp and PHP development environment set up on our local computers. A control structure in PHP, in simple terms, allows you to control the flow of code execution in your application. Generally, a program is executed sequentially, meaning line by line, and a control structure allows you to alter that flow depending on certain conditions. So in our diagram, we see here that at the beginning, we have a condition, and if the condition is true, then some conditional code is executed. If the condition is false, then the code execution continues as normal. Some different types of control structures that we have is pretty much the if statement, else if, and the switch statements, which can be substituted for If you have too many else ifs, we have a while, do while, for and for each loop, and several more. And here we can see another example. We can check to see if a user is logged in or not. And if the user is logged in, we can redirect them to their account page. And if the user is not logged in, we can redirect them to the login page.